Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're going to continue working on our standard 4G.A.1, which is 4th grade geometry, and it's the first set of standards in the geometry group. We are going to work today to identify, define, and draw parallel lines. So our learning target again, I can identify, define, and draw parallel lines. So let's start by defining parallel. You can see here some examples of lines that are parallel. You probably recognize this from our work in previous lessons. Here's the definition of parallel lines. They're always the same distance apart. So lines that are always the same distance apart, and I'm going to add and will never touch, because as you can see, these lines, they're going on in the same direction, but the distance that they are apart and the way that the lines are facing, they will never touch. So this is completely different than our work with perpendicular lines, because remember, perpendicular lines, they always touch. They meet at a right angle. But these parallel lines will never touch. So let's talk about how we can identify parallel lines in shapes. Okay, so I'm, again, very lucky that I have my graph paper. Remember, if you're drawing on lined paper, you can use the lines the same as I'm using the graph paper. So if I'm going to draw a shape that has parallel lines in it, I need to follow a set of lines on my paper. So I'm going to draw a line this way. And then I'm going to draw a line down here. That's that same shape. So if I'm going to zoom in, if these line segments followed this the entire time, would they ever touch? No, they would not. And that is how you know they're parallel. So I'm going to draw a pretty simple shape here. It's a rectangle. Now, this rectangle has two sets of parallel lines. It has a set here, and it has another set here. Those lines are all parallel. Let's draw another shape. Same strategy. I'm going to draw a line on this line, but I'm going to draw a smaller line on this one. These two lines, if we keep going along on these lines in the same direction, will they ever touch? No, they won't. So these two lines are parallel, but watch. If I make a trapezoid with these lines, eventually, if these lines keep going down, eventually they will intersect or touch. So these lines are not parallel, only these lines are. Let's draw a set of parallel line segments. If I drew a line segment here, where would I need to draw another line segment in order for it to be parallel? That's right, I would need to draw it here, or here. Exactly. So when you're doing your work today, remember, parallel lines, you need to be able to identify them, you need to define them, and you need to be able to draw them. So parallel lines, remember, are lines that are always the same distance apart and will never touch. All right, friends, good luck on your Zearn this week. This is your only geometry video. So I know that you're going to do a great job, and I can't wait to see all your hard work. Have a great day.